Alright, little update on Liquid Limo. There's been a, I've been doing work and everything, and I think on the last video I was talking about taking her down to Mashburn to go get some work done. And, I haven't done a video since, so it's about time. Again, forgive the way I appear, forgive my appearance. It's been a heck of a day, and I just got out of the water a little while ago, so I'm hot and sweaty and kind of a mess. But, okay, so here is Liquid Limo. That's still my, still the pontoons are sitting here. If you remember, we've done the welding. I haven't tested the pontoons, haven't pressure tested the pontoons yet, but I will, and I'll get to that as soon as I'm finished the trailer. Okay, so trailer, here we are. We did get the trailer back. This is what she looks like today. It's late August 2015. You will notice, let's see, she had about $1,000 worth of work done to her. You can tell here in the suspension of the trailer. Well, let's see. She got new bearings, new hubs, completely new hubs. That's the bolts. That's the area. Let's see, right up in there, where the that's the mechanics that connect the axle here to the wheel. So she's got new hubs. She's got all new hardware in here, new springs, new hangers they call them, all new stainless steel parts, stainless steel. This hanger here actually is called an equalizer. That equalizer has been pulled out and painted. The axles have been painted. Everything looks pretty good. I'm real happy Mashburns did that for me. I really didn't want to get into the trailer that technically. Labor ran me about $350, and she took about $600 worth of parts, so about $950 or $1,000 or so. You'll notice that I still got a little bit of rust on these U-bolts here. There's 1, 2, and 3 over here. They are kind of weak. They're sort of the weak part of the weak link in the trailer at this point, and so I have ordered new ones, all out of stainless steel, of course, which is why I've only got 1, 2 on this side. So there's not one over here. And it's because I cut that off to get an accurate measurement of it so that I could replace it with a proper thing. I had to order it online. Nobody had them in stainless. In fact, they didn't even have the right one that fit in stainless because it's unusually long. And that actually connects. Well, you've got the axles. Axles are connected to the leaf springs. Leaf springs are connected to the hangers and the equalizer, and that equalizer is connected to a bracket right there, and that bracket is welded to this thing that they call the sliders. Here's another view. That is a slider right here. That's a slider, and you can slide that forward and aft so that you can get the correct balance on the trailer. You can get the boat up there and you move them back and forth so that you get the right amount of weight on the tongue of the trailer. I'm leaving these in a stock position. I think I'm going to end up moving them slightly because of the way that all the weight is changing in Liquid Limo. But anyway, so that's them. So yeah, so those U-bolts are in order, and once I get those in the mail, then I will do another video, another little update. Since last time, there's been no change in the cross members. I still got a bent one over there. This one over here, if you remember, we had bunk brackets and everything that were all rusted, and this bunk bracket rusted so bad that it really chewed up this this one cross member on the trailer. So I was talking about replacing it. I can stick my finger in it here. It's just literally rusted out. It's nothing but a shell. It's rusted from the inside out. So I was talking about cutting this right here and then welding another piece on. And I just had the welder come over. It's a good buddy of mine, a client. He has a shrimp boat or two, and what he said was that it'd be better just to replace that whole piece. So what he's going to do is he's going to cut this old one off. He's going to cut that weld right there. There's another one on this side. He's going to cut that and we're going to replace this entire cross member. And because this stock, they call it, this is 2 inch by 2 inch, it is 3/16 inch thick steel that's been hot dip galvanized. What I've got to do then is I've got to go and get that steel tube, which, because I'm close to Savannah, that's pretty much available to me. So I'll go get the new steel tube, and I will drill it so that I can put this bracket on, so that I can put a light on here, because I have to in order to be able to make it legal. There's also a hole by design down here so that when you run wires through here, it can come in and run this light. So yeah, so I've got to get that stuff, cut it to the right length, because it comes in a 24-foot stick. So I've got to get a couple of 8-footers. I only need 2. Anyway, I can't buy it 8 feet long. So a buddy of mine tells me that Danny, the welder, says that I can get it in 20-foot sticks, which would mean that I would cut 2 8-foot pieces and have 4 feet left over. So that's what I'll do. I will replace that entire cross member, and this one, the bent one also, rather than trying to fix that, because if we bend it back, it's likely not to bend in the same place, and then it'll look kind of funny. And since I'm buying the stick anyway, I might as well go ahead and get it. They're inexpensive. So I'll cut the sticks, I'll drill what I have to. This one doesn't have a hole in the end. I'll drill, nor does it have a hole for wiring, because there's no wiring in that one. So I will cut what I need to, and then bring it down and get it hot dip galvanized, which is also here in Savannah. That's one of the coolest things about being in Savannah, is that I have access to stuff like that. So I will create 2 hot dip galvanized cross members exactly like that, and Danny will come out here and he will grind off that weld, leaving like a cradle, and then he'll put the new one on there and re-weld it. So I'll have 2 new cross members, and then I can get the bunk brackets, which are going to run me about 150 bucks, which is a smoking deal. And while I'm ordering those bunk brackets, I'll go ahead and replace these wheels. There was a lot of the tires are kind of dry rotted. They're old. They're out of date anyway. And I could just get the tires, but I can get tire and wheel combination for only a few bucks more, like $12 more per wheel. So I'm just gonna order them complete. And unlike these, I will have them balanced, and I'll bolt them on there, and that'll look new and shiny, which will be great with fresh rubber, and they'll be balanced. And then bunk brackets, and then bunks, and then I'm going to plastic wrap the bunks rather than carpet them, because I live in salt water and I happen to know all about that stuff, and plastic works better in salt water. You'll notice here that I've done my safety chains. My safety chains have come out really well. I used considerably heavier than everybody else uses chain, and the reason is because I wanted stainless chain. I wanted stainless chain because I didn't want the rust, and I put a stainless quick connect, they call it, on here. So it is actually stronger than an S-hook, which is what everybody else uses, but I could not find S-hooks in stainless, and this works great. Hook it on and it stays. There's no way it can come off. That is considerably thicker and heavier, because stainless steel is not quite as strong as regular grade 8 steel, which is what they usually use. So to get the same amount of strength, I had to go with a bigger chain, and that bigger chain is stainless, so no rust. I got 2 of them. I connected them to the mounting bolts in here. It's a real solid connection. I will never have a problem with that, I can assure you of that. If I could have gotten this coupler in stainless, I'd have done that too. It would have ended up the same way. It would have been bigger and thicker than that stuff, but I could not find anything like that. It was only in zinc plated, which isn't my choice. However, that's the same coupler as what's on Bain Boats trailer, which is 5 or 6 years old now and not a spot of rust. My jack, one of the plates there has got some surface rust on it. No big deal, but you know, if I can change that out, I will too, because I'm working pretty hard to keeping this thing nice and shiny and pretty. So yeah, I got $1,000 in the important parts rebuild. I got between the coupler and the what do you call it, the safety chain and the jack. I probably got another maybe 250 bucks. No, more than that, probably 350 bucks in that. So I got about $13.50 in it so far, and stripped out quite a bit. Wheels and tires together are going to run me $440, and bunk brackets will run me $150 or so. The bunks and the covers that go over the bunks will run me, anyway, I think I'll probably have between $2,000 and maybe $2,500 invested total. I got some lights to put on it too. There's LED lights that are going to go on. But anyway, she's going to be real pretty, real nice, very solid, and will last for many years, even in salt water. That's it. So that's where she sits. Once all that happens, I get to put the pontoons onto the bunks. And then, let's see, bunks, let's see. Put pontoons on the bunks. Take them down, get them pressure tested. If I don't get the pressure tested, the pressure testing equipment myself, it's like a $250 kit. I think I could probably get somebody to do the pressure testing for a lot less than that. I'm only going to use it once, you know. But yeah, so pressure test them, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to come out in great shape. There's very little pitting on them. And then I will acid wash them and clean them up and put those stringers on. And I have 5 additional stringers that I have to order, which I have to order them from a junkyard because they don't make them like that anymore. So I could put something else on there, but anyway, so that's pretty far forward looking. Believe it or not, I'm hoping to have it by July 4th of next year. So I got, what, 10-11 months, something like that. Those controls I'm not going to use. I am going to use that motor pod. I do have my eye open for a I just had a dragonfly land on my finger as I'm holding the phone. I do have my eye on a third pontoon. It's a possibility. There's a guy that I know who has a couple of pontoons and he wants to sell them. They're 24 foot long, which is standard for pontoons, not 30 long like these are. However, she's going to have a loading ramp on the front which goes up underneath of the deck, and so I can't have a full length center pontoon anyway. It's got to come back a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, still lots going on. That's where Liquid Limo is today. So just so y'all know, that's where she is, and I'll keep you posted as things go on. I guess I'll do the next video after well, I guess the next video would be after the cross members are finished. The next step after that would be wheels and tires and bunk brackets. So I'll keep y'all posted because I know you're just so interested. Sorry about my appearance. Bye.